the Nintendo Direct has come and it has passed. And with it, we got a reveal of the Switch 2, which was pretty nice. I'm a big fan of Nintendo products. I feel like Nintendo games are some of the only games that are really worth the price tag. Like the only things that are really worth the money people ask for them. Or in this case, the company asks for them. But here comes a problem. Nintendo is now doing $80 for a game. $80, if you can believe it. And people are upset. And people are very revolted and think that Nintendo is destroying the industry and it's their fault. But I disagree. You see, Nintendo is following a trend right now. Nintendo isn't the trailblazer, it's not the trendsetter in this case. No, Nintendo's following a trend that unfortunately exists and it's part of a bigger problem. So listen to me. Before this announcement, let's look at some games out there, okay? Hear me out. Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's a game that's $80. Doom: The Dark Ages. $80, or in this case euros, because the Steam page I have is in euros, but it doesn't matter. Dynasty Warriors Origins. The worst Origins game. No, the worst Dynasty Warrior game since 6. $80. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. $80. Forspoken, for some stupid reason, $80. Something that's called Click Team Fusion 2.5 is like $80 or something. I don't know what that is. Let's go back to normal games, shall we? Because I think that's where things get interesting. Of course, we can look at things like Call of Duty. That's also $80. But let's move on a little. Assassin's Creed Shadows. That's $70. Monster Hunter Wilds is also $70. Sid Meier's Civilization 7, $70. Ah, that sucks. Avowed, also $70. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, $70. Silent Hill 2, $70 again. Starfield, for some stupid reason, also $70. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, $70. Metaphor ReFantazio, $70. Formula 1 2024, $70. Persona 3 Reloaded, $70. Do I have to go on? Because I think I have enough things in this list here that I can, talk for a while. But my main point is that Nintendo didn't set the trend of overexpensive games. Nintendo is just following the trail. Nintendo isn't the innovator. It's not the destroyer or the thing that will normalize expensive games, $80 games, because those have already been normalized. Look at Sony. Sony likes to sell expensive crap for nothing, and it's normal. The price has been normalized before the Nintendo Switch 2, before Mario Kart World, or the new Donkey Kong. And therein lies the issue. Therein lies the problem. As customers, gamers don't really seem to have power when it comes to buying stuff. They don't really make their voice heard. Because, see, this is the funniest part. No matter how much people can say, no, Assassin's Creed Shadows isn't worth $70, are you stupid? There will always be people that buy it. Of course, they're not gonna reach the 1 mil units sold, but there will be people that buy it, and why not? Sony has proven that gamers are stupid. Gamers will buy any piece of crap they pull out if it's something that they kinda like. And so, they can sell you $70 game. They can sell you something like Starfield for $70. And there's no problem. Because at the end of the day, companies know gamers are willing to throw their money away for anything, really. Look, I like Yakuza. Yakuza is one of my favorite series. But I'm not paying $70 for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Okay? I like racing games too. But I'm not buying Forza Motorsport for $70. The same way I'm not buying Need for Speed Unbound for $70. Now, some of you might say that, well, you're kind of complaining about, $70 games, 70 euro games. But that's correct. I am. Because you see, that's the funny issue. It started with 70, and people just accepted 70 like there was no problem. And the bar got raised, thanks Dynasty Warrior Origins, $80. $80 out there. The bar was raised, and it was raised slowly, incrementally, very easily, and people paid into it. People got Call of Duty. People bought Dynasty Warriors Origins, what's called Dragon Ball, Sparking Zero. You see, people bought, people bought these games and went in with it. And the price change didn't matter. No, it didn't matter one bit because they got the games. And again, we're going back to the main problem. Gamers are stupid overall. They will pay big money for things, and that's really it. It doesn't matter if it's like 5 people that say, no, we're not gonna buy this new Total War Warhammer game, 4 or 7 or whatever they come up with, because you're asking for $100. We're not buying GTA for $100. That's never enough. Because there will always be people that don't really care that much that they're losing money. They want to have the newest thing. And people are attracted to the newest thing. They want to be part of the discussions. They want to be part of that exclusive sect of people that talk about the newest thing. They like consuming product. And those are the biggest enemies of humankind, if I may say so. Those are the kind of people that will willingly buy YouTube Premium. Okay? Those are people that I can't say anything that YouTube won't punish me for. But just understand that there is a divide between humans. There is human cockroaches, worms, the dirt that the worms stay in, and finally, those people. And those people are the ones that help normalize $70 games, $80 games, and once GTA 6 appears, $100 games. Now I have no proof for the $100 game of price tag for GTA 6, but it's bound to happen. It's not gonna. Well, let's just say like this: GTA 6 won't be $60. Do I believe it's gonna be $100? Maybe. I think it's going to be around $80 overall. Maybe if we're lucky. I mean, this is big host, big fingers. If we're lucky, it's going to be $70, $70, 70 euros. But that's the problem. It shouldn't be. As I've said many times before, most games aren't worth $60. Let's not talk about 50. Very few are worth 50 to begin with. Most are worth under 40, and some of them not even worth $1. But that's a different story. So yeah, my main point, I guess the main point why I've made this video is to simply tell you that yeah, Nintendo sucks for this, but it's not Nintendo that started it, and it's not Nintendo that's continuing it. It's because gamers don't really know what they're doing and what they're throwing their money on. Look, I'm just being honest, there's a few ways you can deal with this. Take the Iron price, get it on Epic when it gets free, sure, I guess. And the last one is just use key resellers that will be cheaper than, Steam on many other platforms. But they've cracked down on those too, and the difference, it's not as big as it used to be back in the day. So what do you, as a human being, as somebody that thinks and doesn't want to spend $80 on the new Mario Kart, what can you do? Get a different hobby, I say. Like people like us will start, collecting rocks, stuff like that. Sure, skipping rocks. That's pretty fun in its own right. Now that I think about it, yeah, let's skip rocks. Because prices like this, there's no chance things are gonna look any good. Now, some people blame it on inflation and the fact that, back in my day when the Super Mario Bros. 3 just launched, it was like $80 back then. Yeah, but games weren't standardized in price, and games being standardized in price at 60 was a pretty good deal. Also, we have to blame Steam for this because Steam is also responsible for this price highs. Yeah, why can't I say this? This price hike, that's the word I'm looking for, the expression. Because Steam could have the power as the biggest platform out there to say, no, I don't think you should really change the price that much. But they didn't. Well, everybody likes to say that Steam is the savior of gaming and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, Steam is just in there for the money and nothing's really getting saved. Steam is a monopoly in its own right, but that's a different story for a different time. So yeah, Nintendo is Nintendo, it's following a trend. They are not popularizing, they are not making it stay. It was here to stay before the Switch 2 and Super Mario Kart World. Sucks, but what can you do? Anyway, include the usual shilling, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.